Just go like, close your eye and go like that.
No. Oh.
On today's episode of the Snackrun, we compare chicken sandwiches, taste Halloween candy, and speak with special guest Jared Stotsky.
Alright, for our first topic, we have a few popular Halloween candies, as it was just Halloween. And we're going to try them all out, and then at the end, rank all of them.
We can start it off with the Three Musketeers.
Alright. So
All right.
let's each grab a Three Musketeer.
Nougat-filled candy. Are these softer than usual?
That's what I was
just
thinking.
Were you thinking that?
Yeah,
Must be the minis.
it must be the minis.
I think I agree with that. Yeah, I think it's the minis. Alright, we should go to the Snickers next. If everyone's alright with that.
The Snickers is certainly more firm
Wow.
in the mouth.
It's very potent.
I should
I would
also add,
concur with that.
you have a bit of texture with this one, with the crunch, whereas
That's
this
true.
is just one.
In terms of flavor, I would probably favor the Three Musketeers because
Yep.
peanut's not my favorite. But in
Yep.
terms of texture, the Snickers definitely wins.
Jared Stotsky, our guest later, also had a peanut allergy. He still has a peanut allergy.
True.
So
That's true.
We might have him try some.
we should.
See if he's actually has a peanut allergy. Oh,
That was
man.
horrible.
Let's go.
I was cheering today.
Let's go to the Twix.
Alright.
We're on to Cincinnati.
Before we all try our Twix, I think we should go around and say what side of Twix we have, since that.
I have a left Twix.
I'm a right Twix.
I have a right Twix, although I'm certainly a left Twixer.
Beef.
Yeah, I have a left.
Why, are you a right Twixer?
Right Twix. All the
Alright,
way.
so we're about even.
I feel like there's a bit of an abundance of the cookie part, and I feel like if it was a more of a balance between caramel and cookie, that would be welcome. Chocolate
I
is
disagree.
very
I think it's a
Yeah.
good ratio.
I think it's a good ratio.
Agree.
Because you have to keep in mind, if there was more caramel, it would just be a sticky
Well, I was
mess in your
thinking
mouth.
less cookie. But I actually agree with you guys.
So what would you have in
I
place
think
of cookie?
it just stands in stark contrast to the others.
What I would do is just do like nougat and caramel with like maybe a dark chocolate coating.
Now that we've mentioned
Not
it, let's
nougat.
have some Milky
Oh,
Ways. Am I right?
Midnights.
Keep in mind that this is not the
Okay.
normal Milky Way.
Oh yeah,
These
these
are
are both mini.
Just right
and
off the
Midnights.
bat, this has a more appealing wrapper in my opinion.
Very Halloween-like.
That's true. That's true.
For those
That's
of you who
pleasant.
don't know what this is, dark chocolate, marshmallow, and caramel.
Is Milky Way usually marshmallow?
No.
No, it's usually nougat and caramel.
I should note this has a very appealing profile.
Oh wait, show that to the camera. Show that to the camera.
It looks very nice.
Zoom in on that.
Well played.
I think it's only appropriate that we have the actual Milky Way next. Any final thoughts on the Midnight?
Unbelievable.
I liked it. I really did like it a lot.
I think they really could be going somewhere though. If they
I
went,
agree.
If they went milk chocolate, with like still with the
You
marshmallow.
could try it out, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, let's
Oh,
get going
okay.
on these Milky Ways.
I like the aesthetically pleasing lines.
Yeah,
on
definitely.
top.
It feels good when you pick it up.
Mm.
Like there's a nice texture for you to grab it
Agreed.
when you really pick
It's
it.
real nice to rub as well.
I will start it off with my rankings. Let's see. So at the bottom, I'm gonna have to go with the Snickers. I like the texture, but the flavor for me it's not that good in my opinion.
Agreed.
Then I'm gonna have to go Three Musketeers. The flavor's good, but I think it's just like very bland. Texture is just kind of meh.
That's fair.
It's all right though. Then I'm gonna have to go with the Milky Way Midnight.
Oh,
That's respectable.
okay.
I'm not a huge fan of dark chocolate, but I do appreciate the little spice up of the original classic. And speaking of which, I'm gonna have to rate that one next because
Wow.
it's a very solid chocolate bar, just a classic. And then number one, obviously, I have to go with Twix, just one of my favorite chocolate bars of all time.
That's fair.
All right, question: is this just if I'm having my mini, or if I'm like eating like more?
I was
than
actually
one?
gonna pose that question. Do you guys think that your rankings would change if these
Yeah.
were king size?
Mine would change
Mine
as king
would
size,
change.
but because we're just going.
I would stick with my
I
ranking.
Because-
think
Stay with mini, though.
that's a good question.
For the question, let's stay with mini.
Yeah, well, let's stay
Okay,
with mini.
just with mini, I'm gonna go last place. Three Musketeers. I'm usually a Three Musketeers fan. Not sure if this was a bad batch, but it was too soft in my. It was limp. It was a limp chocolate bar. Next, I'm gonna go Milky Way Dark Midnight. Milky Way
It's not
Midnight.
having it.
The dark chocolate, I'm not a huge fan of, and also I'm a huge Peep guy, but the marshmallow did not mix with the chocolate as well as I would have liked.
Alright, that's fair.
Milky Way, I think it was just because I just had the midnight, so I was more impressed with it, but I prefer a Milky Way. I sort of like the caramel in there and the nougat. Snickers, I thought the peanut was a nice addition, salty, get the saliva flowing in there with all the other sweets, so I thought that was a nice mix. And then obviously I got to go with love Twix, not right, don't mix it up. I thought the cookie to caramel ratio is one of the best out there. Huge fan of the Twix.
Alright, personally, I'd probably have to put Snickers at the bottom. I did like the texture, but I feel like the peanut flavor kind of just offsets any of the good flavor. So yeah, I'd probably have to put Snickers at the bottom of the list. Probably Three Musketeers next. I do like Three Musketeers normally, but the mini size, I feel like it was just a very underwhelming bite. And yeah, I would probably have to put the Twix at number 3, right in the middle. I definitely like it, but I just can't quite justify putting it above Milky Way. As for these two, I'd say it's kind of tough for me to separate them, so I'd probably say it's a tie for first between these guys because I like the marshmallow and caramel mixture, but I definitely prefer the milk chocolate coating.
You only have to choose one. Who would you pick? 3, 2, 1.
Twix.
What?
I don't know.
If you had to pick between those two, would you pick?
Between these two.
Between the ones
We
that
never
are-
do ties for first in here.
Yeah, we don't. We
Alright, fine. Then I guess I'm going to have to go with original
Right,
as
nice.
number 1.
Respectable.
All right, so my last place was the Three Musketeers. It was just very soft in my mouth, really lack of texture. Didn't like it. Milky Way was my 4th. This is where things got a bit difficult. What's up, Clevis? I don't know. I just thought Snickers was a little bit better. And then I just love the Milky Way Midnight. I just thought the marshmallow gave it a great flavor. And then Twix number 1. Love the cookie flavor in it.
Alright.
For me, Snickers were definitely the worst, hands down. Then it was Milky Way Minis, probably because they were just like a very common candy. Have them a lot, so
That means you like them, though.
I do like them, but they're like very common. Like in comparison
Gank
to
has to be a hipster.
in comparison, like I'll get to Milky Way Midnight later, but those you just never see around.
I'm gonna cut it short. You could just take the loss on this round.
I disagree.
Let's hear him out.
Then I like
No,
Three
no.
Musketeers because these are just delicious. I mean, what they're saying is true. It wasn't the greatest batch, but very good candy. Then Twix, it's a classic. And then
I'm not really getting why Twix was above Three Musketeers for you because you went from delicious to it's a classic. I'm not getting where's the separation there.
well,
Wait, didn't you also mention you didn't like that one because it was common?
And because he liked it so much, he didn't like it this round.
no.
Because he has it too
Oh
often.
boy, let's
No,
let's let him finish.
No. So this one, it's
Worst
like
take of the round, lurking in the
it's so
background.
common. Like every time you hear candy, you see like Milky Way. So you like. I mean, it's a fine candy. It's just you have it too often. Three Musketeers. It's just really good. It's just this one in the great batch. And then Twix is just you don't really see other candies with that cookie in it.
Alright,
So,
yeah, that's fair.
That's fair, actually. I'll give him that.
All right,
Okay.
and then number 1, Milky Way Midnight, because I mean this is like rare. This is
Would you say it's underrated?
yes,
Oh,
definitely
that almost
underrated.
brings it.
Worst take of the round. 3, 2, 1.
Gang.
Who do you think had the worst second round?
You,
Oh, why? Because I put it at last? Or
you
near
had
last?
like
Your candy was common.
it was like
candy.
all off except for the Twix.
Before we
Your
can-
order
Yeah,
was
Dan,
all
you
off.
put the common ones at the top.
Get
So there's
done.
been a lot of debate recently in pop culture between the Chick-fil-A and the Popeyes chicken sandwich. So today, we're not exactly doing that. But what we are going to do is compare a local joint, Lee's Burger, and a pretty big chain, you might have heard of it, McDonald's. So we got the Lee's chicken sandwich and we got the McChicken. We're just going to do a little comparison on all cylinders. So let's start off with price. The McChicken, I actually had a coupon. It was $1.
How much was it before the coupon?
It was $169 before the coupon, so
169.
pretty good already.
Yeah.
As for the Lee's sandwich,
I did not have a coupon, so I paid full price for the sandwich,
Which was
and I believe it was around $6.50. So quite the drastic price difference, but I think we may be able to distinguish in the taste and quality of
we'll
the
see.
sandwich.
We'll see.
I think we should start off with the McChicken.
Yeah, that sounds like a good
Okay.
idea.
So I'll pass it around.
It's also important to note.
Does not look super appetizing, but this is not how it looks when you get it.
Yeah.
We cut it up; it does not pre.
My personal hot take: get it without the mayo. It just makes it so much better.
Nope.
It makes it so much better.
Mayo.
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 A friend of mine actually.
I'm okay with
Make
mayo.
sure
A friend of
I'll
mine
say
got me a
that.
McChicken once, and I asked specifically for
Wait.
a McChicken with no
That's
mayo,
too-
and this person brought me a McChicken with mayo.
That friend was Jared Stotsky, by the way. Let the record show that Andy removed all mayo from said chicken sandwich.
and lettuce.
Lettuce was also
The
removed.
lettuce
in
was
the process.
accidental.
Shout out to Dinosaur Barbecue.
Wow. As bad as this looked, it's really good. It's really good, actually.
It needs a condiment, which it
I would
typically
agree.
does have.
Which we
but-
added.
And why it has this hot sauce is good.
It goes down a little tough. It's a
Yeah.
little dry. The
why
lettuce
the-
usually helps it.
The mayo also would do that as well.
This time, Dinosaur Barbecue did the trick, though. Thank you to the good people at Dinosaur Barbecue for that.
So it was pretty obvious that the quality of the Lee's was much better. And I'd say even with considering the price gap, I would still pay $6 for the Lee sandwich over $1 for the McChicken, just because you get like a really nice flavor and some high quality ingredients.
I gotta go. McChicken is the far inferior chicken sandwich. There was obviously some extra variables we cannot account for, seeing as someone happened to take off all the condiments and things off of the McNugget. McChicken. Dinosaur Barbecue certainly added a nice kick to the sandwiches.
All right, Andy, what are your opinions on the two sandwiches?
Solely off price, I would go for the McChicken because it costs less. But if we were going off of a combination of all the factors, I'd probably go for the Lee's one in terms of flavor, at least. And I guess if you balance all the elements out, probably the McChicken.
I would say the Lee's chicken sandwich was much better. I know it's a little more expensive, but it just really tasted good on the mouth. Matt, would you like to?
The Lee's sandwich was by far better.
Far better.
So I guess it's unanimous.
Yeah, I guess that settles it.
Aired on.
Okay, for our last topic, we're gonna go around and say our favorite Thanksgiving food, seeing as Thanksgiving is right around the corner. So let's start with, I guess, Gank.
Cranberry sauce.
Oh, okay.
I would say mashed potatoes.
I'd have to go with the cranberry sauce as well.
I have to go with squash,
Squash.
mush, or like
Okay.
Oh,
whipped squash.
Okay.
Yes.
And then I would go with mashed sweet potatoes.
What do you guys like on your potatoes? Like Dinosaur Barbecue?
Okay, thanks again for joining us on today's episode of the Snack Run. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe to stay tuned for any future episodes. And sorry again to Jared Stotsky. We didn't have time,
Jared Stotsky didn't make the cut once again. Next
but
time, though.
we'll see.
Also, if you guys want Judas Freeman to be a special guest, hit the like button and 50,000 likes for him to be on the show.
And he will also take a sip of Dinosaur Barbecue.
A
He
gulp,
makes it on.
in fact.
He will-
Large.
Dinosaur Barbecue, where a kid can be a kid.